She said, bless the Lord for femininity. You telling me.
Knowing who we are in God, a united front of women means a united body of Christ. A united front of women, black women means a united people of God. And so we thank God for sisterhood. In this Women's History Month, I bring you greetings on behalf of my pastor, the Reverend Howard John Wesley, who is preaching right now. And we thank God for him not giving me any more side eyes about being away from the house. I thank God for my husband, Andrew Bradley, who keeps texting me. I told you stop texting me, but I love you, boo. He still likes me. Amen. And for my baby boy, Micah Benjamin Bradley, who just turned 5. And he is the absolute reason why I
said a girl, happy Women's Month.
If you know anything about a mama and a boy. My husband cool, but that boy takes my breath away. So we thank God for grandparents who keep your baby when you always in an airplane. Thank God for my mother and father. And to the Sea of Red in the building, the Sorors are in the building of Delta Sigma Theta. AKAs, what's up? I love you too. Sigma Gamma Rho Zeta, we're all on the same team. Just know we are black. Check black on the census while you're playing. Now, God ain't gonna ask you if you're wearing red and white when you come to heaven. Amen. To the pastor and first lady of this house, I love you to pieces. Listen, it's not easy doing the work that they do. I said this morning to the 8 o'clock service that what they don't know is that many couples like my husband and I watch them. And you need good examples that do black justice work in church because it's dangerous work. But I thank God for covering you and keeping you this long. And I pray 100-fold over your life that the Haynes house will not only exponentially grow, but it'll change the lives of millions. There's going to be a wife that knows what to do with a husband. There's going to be a husband that knows what to do with his wife because you are examples to us. So thank you. And to the mother of the man of the hour, we bless the Lord for mothers. And I thank you for pressing him because he was me. He didn't tell the right story. Y'all preacher, he act funny sometimes. He act funny. I told him, I'm like, I ain't scared of you, man. I ain't scared of you. He's like, my mama's there. I said, oh, I'm coming. And I want to thank you for that because it is an honor when generations know and see a gift in you. And there's some people that's too stuck up to do that sometimes. And so we thank God. We thank God for you. To this awesome music ministry, sisters, I love you and thank you. There is a word from God, and I'm wrestling with this. It's an Old Testament passage. So you all pray with me. I'm in Joshua, chapter 6. To the media ministry, you're going to have to work with me. I'm going to go from 1 through 5, 8 through 9, 15 to 16, and then close out in 20. There's a formula for this sermon. And I said, Pastor, I got to preach another sermon. I've liked the first one that I did, but God is saying something different. Joshua chapter 6 from the New Revised Standard Version. If you have it, please say amen. Let us go before God on this word. Now Jericho was shut up inside and out because of the Israelites. No one came out and no one went in. The Lord said to Joshua, see, I have handed Jericho over to you along with its kings and soldiers. You shall march around the city, all the warriors circling the city once. Thus you shall do this for 6 days, with 7 priests bearing 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the ark. And on the 7th day, I'm in verse 4, you shall march around the city 7 times, the priests blowing the trumpets. Verse 5, when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, as soon as you hear the sound of the trumpet, then all the people shall shout with a great shout. And the wall of the city will fall down flat, and all the people shall charge straight ahead. Come down to verse 8. As Joshua had commanded the people, the 7 priests carrying the 7 trumpets of ram's horns before the Lord went forward, blowing the trumpets with the ark of the covenant of the Lord following them. And the armed men went before the priests who blew trumpets. The rear guard came after the ark while the trumpets blew continually. Come to verse 15. On the seventh day, they rose early at dawn and marched around the city in the same manner 7 times. It was only on that day that they marched around the city 7 times. And at the 7th time, when the priest had blown the trumpets, Joshua said to the people, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." Close out in verse 20. So the people, they shouted, and the trumpets were blown. And as soon as the people heard the sound of the trumpets, they raised a great shout, and the wall fell down flat. So the people charged straight ahead into the city and watched, and they captured it. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord.